What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? We're gonna be looking at this 2006 Cadillac XLR-V convertible. This thing right here is going for $23,500. This thing is in Pelham, Alabama. This thing has been driven 96,800 miles. This thing does have automatic transmission. It is a 6-speed. Its exterior is black. Interior is like off-white. Now, if I were to get this car, it had to be a black on black or maybe red. But y'all let me know what color would y'all get this car in. Now, this car right here, I find it so attractive and all that. This is the V series. So if y'all don't know, they made the V's from 2006 to 2009, and then the regular XLR was like from 2004 to 2009. Now, if you want the V, you're going to get that supercharger and all that. It is going to be like a 4.4 liter V8 with producing about 431 horsepower, about 415 foot-pound of torque and all that. So it was a little monster under there, believe it or not. But it did have the North Star and all that, which a lot of people didn't really care for and all that because, you know, the head bolt issues and like some other miscellaneous issues. But I believe the head bolts was the main one. But you can upgrade those and just keep it pushing and all. Now, if I don't know, this thing right here did share the same chassis as a Corvette C6, which is mind-boggling and all that. And this thing right here was built in Bowling Green, Kentucky and all that. A lot of people don't consider this thing as a Corvette and all that because it don't have the LS engine. A lot of people thought it should have came with the LS engine. But, you know, it's Cadillac, so they was trying to keep that that luxury vibe going and all that. Just that's the reason why they put that North Star in there. If I don't know, the North Star is a dual over head cam, which is much quieter and all that compared to like a push rod, which you will find like in the Corvette C6 ZR1 and all that, which is more rowdy and which is more focused on performance and, you know, power and all that, if y'all get what I'm saying. But man, let's take a look at the front end of it. If I don't know, these V's right here, they don't have the adaptive cruise control and all that, because I believe the intercooler and all that was like in the way down here. Now, if you had the regular XLR, you won't have the adaptive cruise control and all that. The body lines on this car just amazes me and all that. Like in person and all that, it looks pretty good and stuff. The camera never does it justice. But like I said, this is your luxury roadster right here. This is the car that you just want to, you know, keep quiet. You don't want too much attention or anything. This is your grandpa, grandmother, or your Uncle Tom car right here. This is the back end right here, which looks pretty cool and all that. You do get a V badge. You do get the supercharged badge with the XLR badge. What else? And then you do get the hard top and all that. Now, if I don't know, the hard top, it takes about like 30 seconds to retract and all that. Now, the trunk space is big on this thing, but once you put that roof inside the trunk, your trunk space and all that is going to get smaller and all that. But anyway, it looks pretty cool with the rooftop down. Now, this thing do look like a Corvette though, even though it shares the same chassis and all that. It look like a Corvette and all that. But a lot of people don't consider it as a Corvette and all that. But yeah, this is the interior right here, which is look pretty cool and all that. Nice and bulky. And then you got your nice plush seats. I bet those seats are really comfortable. And then you got this wind deflector right here that have the Cadillac. I know some of them, some cars don't have them. You could buy it, but it's gonna cost you about like $100 or so. This is your gauges right here. This is your radio and all that. But anyway, y'all let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what y'all think. I think it's a pretty cool car. I think it's a collectible, honestly. And if y'all don't know, this thing right here back in the day and all that went for $100 grand. Back then and all that. Now it's going around like 23,000, about between 15 to 23,000, depending on the mileage and all that. Other car might be a little higher, but I think this car right here is actually a pretty cool car and all that. I think the only bad rep on it is with the North Star engine, but overall I think it's pretty cool and stuff. If you get the head bolts or whatever other miscellaneous issues that everybody was complaining about, you can have a good driving car. You can have the luxury, and then you can have the sportiness and all that. And I mean, if you decide to get a Corvette, you're just going to get the sportiness and all that. But anyway, everybody got their own boats and all that. Y'all let me know which boat y'all floating on. Hey, see y'all, peace.